from the J.C. Newman Cigar Studios in the great state of New Hampshire and the Gurkha Cigar Studios in fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada. Welcome to the Smokin Tabacco Show with your hosts, Matt Tobacco and Kevin Acuff.
What's going on, everybody? Matt Tobacco from SmokinTabacco.com. I'm in the J.C. Newman Cigar Studios once again. I'm joined cross-country by my good friend, Mr. Kevin Acuff, in Las Vegas, Nevada, in the Gurkha Cigar Studios. And we're back. It's been a couple of weeks. Last week we had some scheduling issues, and we couldn't rework our show at the very last minute. So we're here. Couple of things that we're going to get into tonight, mostly regarding the CFCF Fundraiser Raffle. So anyone watching, if you've donated, you're a part of that, you know everything about it, or maybe you think you do. This is definitely a show to stay tuned into. If you don't know anything about it, you should. And the link is going to be posted in the comments below. But yeah, Kevin, what's going on, man? It's good to see you.
Good to see you too, Mr. Sniffles.
Yeah, it's allergy season up here. The pollen's bad. Although I am starting to think that maybe I'm just actually getting sick again. This will be. I normally only get sick like, once or twice a year, and then I'm good. I'm going on like my 8th time being sick since January 1st.
You have a wee one now, so you know what that means.
Yep. Yeah, I'm fucked. That's what it means. Anyone who has kids will tell you, like, oh yeah, I know. If you don't have kids, you'll find out someday. It's just, yeah. Oof.
It's nothing a little cast strength bourbon can't take care of.
Yeah, trust me, I know.
That'll knock the sniffles right out of you.
So,
it's good
hello,
to be
Barbara.
back.
Good to see you. It is good to be back, and I made the very stupid mistake. I'm not grabbing a beverage. And I'm gonna, and in 1 second, I'm gonna excuse myself and go grab a soda very quickly. And Kevin, I will make sure that you're set up to talk for like 15 seconds. But before we get into too much, let's talk about what we're smoking and what we're using. We got some new lighters this week. I think you do. You should have yours. I know I have mine.
I do have mine.
So we have some new from ST Dupont that we're going to show you in just a second. But first and foremost, hello, Barbara. Hello, Whitney. John is here with us. Hello, everybody. Thank you for being here. It's so great to see you all. So glad you're here.
What Barb said. Hot toddy.
Yeah, she's right.
That'll screw you away.
Yeah. She definitely knows the remedies. But yeah, let's talk about what we're smoking tonight. I'm obviously trying to keep mine short and sweet just to get through the show. I know how that sounds, but I mean, I don't want to be coughing too much. Our cigars tonight are once again brought to you by the number2guyscigars.com. An amazing website. Those guys are awesome. They're right here in my backyard. It makes so much sense to have them with us every week. But for those of you who don't have the luxury of living up here in New Hampshire, 7 minutes away from Two Guys Smoke Shop, you can also be part of the fun. You can go to the number2guyscigars.com and you can order everything in their inventory, from cigars to cigar accessories. They carry almost every name brand you've ever heard of. Maybe not 100% of everything, but just about. So head over there today. They definitely carry. They carry what I'm smoking. Well, the brand at least. This is a limited. I don't know if they have any more in stock, but Kevin, what are you smoking with us tonight?
I am smoking the Black and the M81.
Okay, I'm pretty sure they carry that too.
Yep, they most definitely carry this.
Yeah, they carry that. I'm smoking. They carry Micallef cigars. So head over there today. You can check out Micallef cigars. Get your Micallef cigars at the number2guyscigars.com, featuring the black, the blue, and everything else. But if they still have inventory, maybe. But this is an oldie but a goodie. It's limited edition. This is the small little Lons Drace size. It's 4x38, I believe. And this is the Migdalia SE that usually comes out for International Women's Day. So these are fantastic, and I had a couple bundles of these, but I've been smoking through them. And I think I'm down to my last bundle. So
Those are good little cigars. I may or may not have borrowed a couple, or should I say, stolen a couple from Barbara's stash.
yeah,
They are that good.
yeah, they are pretty good. They're a nice short little smoke. That's why I grabbed one tonight. But you can smoke more Micallef cigars. They're all good, especially the black, which we'll tell you about the black when we get to the news. Don't worry. But having said that, we are cutting and lighting our cigars tonight with none other than our favorite accessory. That's right. It's ST Dupont featuring the new. I think these are just going out to retailers now. The new Fluo. Check these out. This matte finish, but with a fluorescent trigger. And we both have the Maxi Jet. Sorry, I have to think about it because it's Mini Jet, Maxi Jet, Mega Jet. Maxi Jet. Single jet torch. The same lighter at its core that you all know and love, but with these new... The camera, I'm going to be honest with you, the camera doesn't do mine justice with the orange. It looks like a little bit more faded than it is. This is a much deeper orange. Like a fluorescent, darker, almost like upside down spray paint orange. For all of our blue collar friends who know what that is, upside down orange. That's like exactly what this is. The camera does not do it justice. It kind of washes it out, but it's nice and bright. Kevin's got like a nice blue.
Yeah, it's the same thing with the blue. It's like this is a real fluorescent. I mean, it looks like a blue you'd see like in an F1 car.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's it's very subdued in the picture. But this is a cool freaking lighter. I love it. I mean, it goes like I have the Mini Jet. So it's like now I have a match set.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, Coop. I was talking on the phone with Coop today. He's like, I'm building a Dupont collection now, thanks to you. I'm like, you're welcome.
Hey, Juan Cancel, what's happening, buddy?
Juan Cancel's here. Danny's here. Greg Morgan is here. What's up, brother? Glad to see updates on the CFCF Fundraiser. Keep pushing, everyone. Yes, we're going to get to that in just a second. But before we do, I want to thank our friends at ST Dupont. Shake up the legacy and check out the new Fluo lighters now. Ask your local ST Dupont retailer for more information on those. I know every time we debut a new lighter, I get like an insane amount of messages from people being like, "Oh, hey, I bought that lighter. It's awesome." And I'm like, "You're welcome." I would never steer you wrong. So definitely check them out. If your local B&M does not have it, first of all, tell them to call Les Man. All right, I will give you his phone number publicly if I have to, and you say, I want to open an account. Number two, if you can't do it, head over to the number2guyscigars.com, and they should carry ST Dupont online. I know that they're carrying it in the stores, so it should be on the website too. You can order it from them.
You could also go to the ST Dupont website, the USA-based website, and it'll actually give you a list of retailers in your area as well.
Absolutely. Thank you for that, Kevin. That's a good point. That is very, very true. So everybody, I need to grab a drink, or if I'm never going to be able to smoke this cigar. So Kevin, before we get into the CFCF stuff, you had a story you wanted to share. Is it cool if I have you share that story while I take like 10 seconds to go grab soda?
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you.
Absolutely. We can have story time while Matt's away.
Okay. Awesome.
So I just wanted to share this interesting event that happened to us a couple weeks ago. I mean, as those of you that follow me on Facebook know, Barbara and I are really into the Jeep lifestyle and off-roading. And we were at the Logandale Trails, which is about an hour and a half north of here. It's kind of like an off-road playground for Jeeps and side-by-sides and pretty much anything off-road. So we're up doing our thing, and we've been out all day. And this was the weekend prior to Memorial Day, so we would expect that there'd be kind of a crowd there, but there really wasn't. I mean, I think while we were out all day, we saw one other group of 3 vehicles. So it's about 4:30 in the afternoon, and we're coming in on the backside of this trail complex, and this guy and younger guy and girl run up to the leader of our group. and flag them down. We're like, okay, what's going on? So he gets on the radio and says, yeah, these guys, their truck is stuck about a mile down this trail here in rocks. They've kind of given up on trying to get it out, so we're going to go down and try and help them. They don't have any food or water, so the girls stay with us, and a couple of the guys went down and took this guy to his truck, and they got it unstuck, and they got him up the trail. Well, as he got up the trail, he passed us and got stuck in the sand again. Well, in the meantime of getting stuck in the sand, his transmission overheated, the engine overheated. We got the truck up to where it was. The truck backfires, and it's done. Now, mind you, we're all in lifted Jeeps with off-road tires and everything. This guy's in a like a Ram 2500 older with kind of like baldish all-terrain street tires.
He was not properly equipped.
He was not properly equipped. No food, no water, no sunscreen, no radio, no comms, no nothing. So we're talking to him as we're trying to get the truck started and everything, and find out, well, they've been out since 10:30 in the morning, and they stay with the truck until like an hour before we found them, and decided they're going to walk up to the trail and see if they could find somebody. So we found them. It took 4 Jeeps to tow the 2500 out. We had one behind as a brake, and we had 3 in front of them as a train, because the sand was so soft that all we would do is we just spin tires and dig in. So we pulled them out. But I mean, it was like 96 degrees, and they were literally 5 to 6 miles away from anywhere where they could have had any remote chance of seeing anybody. So the likelihood that we actually saved their lives is very high. So just wanted to, put that out there. I mean, people that know me, follow me, watch me, if you're into off-roading, don't go out alone. If you do, make sure you have provisions just in case.
And use the buddy system.
Yeah, definitely use the buddy system so somebody knows. I know Barb asked a girl, it's like, why did you guys go out here without, anything? It's just, well, it was just a spur of the moment decision. We're just going to be out for a little bit and just go right down a trail and go back out and go get something to eat.
That's when shit happens.
Yeah, it took us 3.5 hours to get them out to the gas station out by the highway.
Yeah. I mean, it's no joke. I mean, a lot of people, who don't live in like the desert area, they don't understand just like how extreme it really can be if you really start to venture deep into it.
Well, where they were at, I mean, they wouldn't even. We would have got a news report like on Wednesday or Thursday. I mean, this was Sunday afternoon. We would have seen a news report probably Wednesday or Thursday before Memorial Day about bodies found in the trail system. That's how remote they were.
Yeah.
And it was a 10-minute window. If we would have been 10 minutes sooner or 10 minutes later, we never would have saw them. That they would have saw us, and they would have been stuck. So we were meant to be there at that time, I guess.
It's funny. Like I've read like a lot of stories on like, because obviously the other thing that's popular in desert climates is people who go hiking, or like people who go like mine hunting, like for the abandoned mines, especially in Nevada, where like there used to be a lot of silver mines and gold mines, and and people like think like, oh yeah, like this is gonna be fun, and they venture into these old mines and then they get trapped and they can't get out, and no one knows they're in there, and like that's it.
Well, there's still a lot of mines out in the desert here where if you're just, if you get off the trail and just kind of start walking through the desert, I mean, you can come up on a pit that's 400 feet deep with no fence or anything around it, and it's just there. I mean, those are fewer and far between anymore. Most of them have, they've put built a concrete barrier around it and put a screen and a steel guard over it so you can't get into it. But there's still some open pits that are exceptionally deep. We came across one on a Jeep run and walked up to the edge of it. I mean, I threw a rock down inside of it and I never heard it hit. So
Thanks.
you know how deep that thing had to be.
Yeah. Scary stuff. It really is, but thanks for sharing that too. It's really interesting. I know I already heard the story kind of, so, but glad you were able to share it on the show. For those who like to venture into the wild, always be careful.
And always take your cigars with you.
Yeah, and always be prepared. Nobody wants to read about you on the 9 o'clock news.
No.
Anyway, let's get down to brass tacks, as Matt Booth would say, a man who may or may not pay taxes. And that's an Easter egg joke for those who actually follow our content. So the CFCF fundraiser, yeah. So here's the thing. I'm gonna come right out of the gate. I'm gonna get right into this because I've gotten so many messages, and it's funny. I say this every year, at the beginning, at the end. I always get so many messages from people, and it's like if you read, if you read and follow along, and especially if you've been following along, like like look, people who are just finding out about it now, I get it. You're new to it, you don't understand. That's fine. This is more so directed to the people who like do this every year, and like know how it goes, and they still message me and ask me, and I'm like, we did this last year. Like you don't remember, like. So the biggest thing is, almost every year, since we've been doing this, what happens is, I set a schedule of like, this is when we're going to start, and this is when it's going to end. And just about every year, with the exception of the last year, the first year, I can't remember. Definitely the second and third years, for sure. I can't remember about the first year. The first year was a little weird because it was different. But anyway, what usually happens is, we get to a certain point, within like the last week to few days. In this case, it was like the last like almost 24 hours. And I usually get in touch with our friends at Arturo Fuente, and who, along with the Newman family, are the ones who run this charity. And things usually get added, meaning like items to be raffled. So things get added on. Carlito has asked me like, hey, can you extend it? We're going to add some more prizes, really try to, get a little bit more and make an impact, for the kids or whatever. And it's like, absolutely. Whatever he asked for, I've always said yes. So, once again, like I was having a conversation with the group over there yesterday, and they were like, yeah, we have some stuff that we like really want to put in this. Like, is it too late? And I'm like, well, we'd have to extend it like we always do, but we can do it. And granted, look, I know that there's people who are like really excited about like the stuff that's being raffled off. So of course, like if we can put more things in there and people want to, donate more to increase their chances, whatever it is, it's all about raising money for the kids. So that first and foremost, that's the number one thing. So if at any time during this event there's something that comes up, people want to add more things, there's an opportunity to raise even more money, yes, of course we're going to do it, because we want to give those kids and their families everything we can. That's what it's all about. So yeah, it's true. We've been open and honest about it. Every year we've done it. We've extended it because we want to try to add to it or whatever. It's not usually me. It's usually them. They approach me on it. But the reason is because if they come to me and they go, well, we want to add some stuff in, it's like, okay, well, I'm not going to add it in 24 hours to go, because then like what's going to happen is it'll end. No one will know about it. And then they watch the reveal show and they see all the prizes and they go, well, I didn't know about all those. When did those get added? Well, they got added last night. And then everyone gets all mad. So I don't want that either. I want everyone to know about everything that goes on. Now, granted, there's been times where like one or two things get added like within the last day or two. Like if it's like one item, unless it's very like, I got people banging down my door for it, we'll put it in and it is what it is. But, with what's being added, it's like, well, we need to make some time. So I have extended it once again, as I've done the last 2 years, another 2 weeks. Just so that way we have time to get those, get them up there, let everyone know, so that they have the opportunity to make, their donations and get their raffle tickets, so that they have a chance to win those prizes, because I know that everyone loves getting the prizes and they like to donate for their raffle tickets. I get it. I want to make it easy for everyone. I don't want anyone to feel like, this was like done last minute, and they have plenty of time. So that's what we're doing. Our official total as of now, I'm going to bring this up. I want to make sure it's accurate. It's around 18,000. If I Why did it do that? That's weird. I'm sorry. Page just like, oh, it's 18,315 as of right now. With now 13 days, 20 hours, 30 minutes, and 54 seconds to go. So that's where we're at. And Greg commented here, it's not about the items, it's about the kids and the families. And as I said before, first and foremost, that's why we do it. Granted, the raffle and the stuff involved in it is how we kind of make it happen. So yes, I have to kind of yield to that sometimes, because that's what the fundraiser is. It's a raffle. So, and people I know are into that. So I have to try to control that and then, make everyone happy with it. So you guys have no idea what it takes to put this together. It's so much work. And I appreciate everyone's, questions, comments, concerns, and their patience and stuff like that. So, and everyone who comes out and donates, because believe me, the bigger, as Greg said, the bigger picture and the reason why we go through all of it is because it raises money for such a fortunate group of people. And I've been there, and Nicole's been there. I've met these kids, some of the families. I've met some of the people, adults, who went through that school, and now like they're doctors and they're photographers and they're musicians and you name it. They've gone on to do great things in the world. So it also produces some really talented people, and they come back and they give back to the community that they came. They didn't forget where they came from.
I mean, it's an amazing charity, Matthew, and it definitely goes to a truly good cause.
It does.
And like you said, the results speak for themselves. And you can investigate for yourself. If for some reason you don't believe what Matthew's saying, look for yourself, and it's all true.
Yeah. So again, like Greg said, yeah, it first and foremost, it's about the kids and the family. But this is how we get there. So I have to, control it. And so, but I had people ask me like, well, why is the time? It was extended. It was extended because Arturo Fuente wants to add some more stuff to the raffle. And this is, if you followed along with us, we've done this the last couple of years. They want to add some more stuff and extend it. We've done that. So and they've matched. Carlito personally, matches amounts and whatnot too. So last year's total, John was asking, it was around 52,000. Excuse me, one second. It's around 52,000, 53. I want to say. So in the year before that, it was 25.5, which Carlito matched to make it 51. And then the year before that, we did $7,000 in the first year. So it was in total with now we're up to like 100 and almost 130,000 total that we've done in the 4 years. But now we got 2 more weeks to go, so who knows what'll happen. So
guys, get us to $20,000.
Yeah,
that's a great stepping up point. I mean, a little bit less than $1,700, 13 days to go. I mean, a little more than $100 a day, and we're there. So let's go.
Someone asked, who is on your shirt, Frank Zappa or Jim Morrison? It's neither. This shirt, I forgot I was wearing this. This shirt is it's a picture of the lead singer of a band from Finland called Him, previously known as His Infernal Majesty. They're a metal band that is no more, from like the 2000s, in the 90s, 2000. I think they were like 90s, 2000s, 2010. They broke up in like 2017. Band from Finland, and his name is Vilvalo. And if people my age, if you ever followed Bam Margera growing up in the 2000s, he was on his shows and whatnot, and so he was very popular there. But that's probably one of my favorite bands, and I got this shirt when I was at their farewell show. And
I didn't know you were a metalhead. That seems more like a Mitchell Santaga T-shirt than a
not Scream. I don't do the Scream. I won't do the Scream. I'm very broad with my selection of music, but I don't do the Scream stuff. It's too much. I won't disrespect anyone about it, but if my brother-in-law and his cousin are very into it, and if it comes on, I'll be like, oh, no, I'm done. I'll either walk away or I'm like, can we please change it? Other than that, I'm usually good. But no, it's a little different. So, but yeah, that's who's on my shirt. Thank you for asking. But yeah, back to the charity. Yeah, it's look, it's a special event. You know, we're proud to be involved every year. You know, very excited. So tonight we didn't have anything scheduled because tonight would have been the celebration episode. Now it's not. So, which is fine. Which is fine. We've done this before. You know, and we'll have to move some stuff around. I don't know. I think we do have someone scheduled now for that night. So I might have to reschedule them now, unfortunately. But that's okay.
Hey,
or
it's all
maybe
a juggle for a good cause.
Yeah, you know, and that's part of it too. You know, it's there's a lot of planning that goes into it. There's a lot of prizes. You know, we're very fortunate to have so many partners in the industry who, you know, want to be a part of it. Excuse me. And you know, and donate items to be raffled, and you know, people who help us promote it, and you know, stuff like that. And it's been a busy year on all fronts for us here. So it's tricky. Mm-hmm. It's very tricky to put it together. But you know, we're still here, and you know, we're still cranking away. So I want to thank everybody who helps us with it, who donates prizes, all the people who, you know, donated money and got raffle tickets and all that. You know, it means a lot to us. It means a lot to the Newman and Fuente families. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. Ugh. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. But yeah, I just, you know, it means a lot to us. And you know, like I said, Nicole and I went down and we met the kids, and we've been to the school. We've been to the Cigar Family Foundation campus. And, you know, it's an amazing place. And to see where that money goes is, you know, it's very special and it's very emotional. And, you know, I can tell you it's the real deal. It's not one of them shady charities. You know, the Fuente Newman families, they pay all the administrative costs. They pay that. So all this money goes right to the kids in the school. And you wouldn't believe what they have for where they are. You got to understand something too. Where this is, you know, this isn't all like a school in Santiago, where it's the Dominican, but like it's in the city. To get to where this is, for those who don't know, we had to take like an hour ride out into the jungle of the Dominican Republic, like the middle of nowhere. Places where, like, when you think of, like, I go to the Dominican, like, on vacation, and I stay at a resort, and like, you don't want to, like, leave the resort, you know. Like, that's where we went. We went into the middle of the mountains, like, nowhere, where, like, people don't go. So, my point being is it's very remote. You know what I mean? It's a very remote area. You know, they don't have a lot. It's not like they're near a lot of infrastructure. So, to have what they have where they are is impressive in itself, too. I mean, the medical stuff they have, the medical care they have, they got classrooms with computer labs like kids have here, and it's like, oh, well, my kids have, yeah, your kids have computer labs in the fucking United States, you know, down in the middle of the jungle. You know, the kids can go to school and like learn how to use a computer and like learn how to speak English and, you know, have, you know, full pharmaceutical like medical care with everything that they would ever need, more or less, and a full doctor who graduated from that school who comes back to take care of them. I mean, this shit's not cheap, even for the Dominican Republic. I mean, and their families benefit from it too. You know, it's these kids used to go to school, and they didn't have any clothes, they didn't have any shoes, and they'd bring knives to school, and like there was like kids from this village and kids from that village, and they tried to like, you know, kill each other and whatnot, and they were like, what's going on here? And you know, they're a civilized group of kids now, and they have, you know, good education, and they get meals to eat. They go home to their houses. At the end of the day, they still might not have food. Their families, you know, some of the families are so poor that they don't always have food to eat, but at least like when they come to school, they get like 2 meals at school. So some of those kids, like, they rely on going to school just to eat. They get that. That's where this money goes. I mean, these kids get to go to school and like have nice clean clothes and like learn and like eat meals and like get medicine like that they probably wouldn't get otherwise. So I mean,
they're truly blessed. I mean,
yeah.
for sure by the help that this charity does.
Yeah, it's I can't like just stress enough how important CFCF is. And it's and what they've done, what they've done down there, and what they're continuing to do. I mean, last time I talked to Carlito, I mean, they're building a performing arts center. So the kids can like, do plays and perform like music and stuff. Like, I think they're building, or they already built, like a vocational, part of the campus too. I mean, really, I mean, it's like it's amazing. You think of these areas with like these kids in these like third world countries, like they don't get that. Even the ones that have like some schools and stuff, like they're not getting, they get basic education. These kids are getting like, borderline what your kids are getting down there in like in a village.
And that's unheard of in those. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know, like
Yeah.
how many of our listeners have had the opportunity to travel, to the Dominican or in places like Nicaragua, Honduras, or whatnot. But I mean, if you go down there and you see these schools and see the kids and see what the hell that they have to put up with and deal with just on a daily basis. I mean, there's there's poverty level here in the States, and then you look down there, where these kids may go home, and their house is aluminum siding tilted up with a tarp for a roof and a dirt floor.
Yeah, literally.
I mean, it's like you guys have no idea what this is doing to support these kids and encourage these kids and give them something to look forward to.
There's a picture in the school. There's a lot of pictures, like a lot of like before and after kind of stuff too. And especially the before stuff. And the reason is because they want to always remind people like, well, why the school was there. When they first got down there, and Carlito said this to me himself. He's like, we got down here and we see these kids. They had these big like fat bellies, and we're like, oh, like kids got fat bellies, they must be eating.
Nope.
No, that's not what that is. It was swollen with parasites from drinking contaminated water, because that's all they had. One of the first things they did, when they started the foundation, was they put in clean water and purified water areas and like water stations, so that they had like clean water to drink from, to like bathe with. They didn't have that. They were like rolling around in the river in the mud with whatever in it, and they were getting sick, and it's no way to live. Just like stuff that we take for granted every day. These people just, they didn't have it. They didn't have a toilet to flush. They didn't have shoes. They said, they were like, yeah, these kids used to like walk through the mud in their bare feet every day to go to, that was it. They were like, oh, we gotta fix that.
Well,
just imagine your kids. You just send them out with like raggedy clothes. They got no shoes. They're running around all day. They
gotta sell bread and fruit on the side of the road.
Yeah.
Just stop traffic in the middle of the road to just make a few bucks so they can eat.
Yeah. I mean, that's what these kids were doing. And they don't have to anymore. Because of CFCF. So that is the special part of it. That is why we do it. That is what this is for. And yes, we do it through a raffle, and we raffle off some awesome stuff. But remember, it's why we do it that matters. It's what we do it for. That's why.
It's about the kids.
Yeah.
It's all
Yeah.
about the kids.
I mean, especially once you become a parent, and you have your own like little child, and you think about like, man, I don't want my child to have to live like that. You have an appreciation for other people's kids, and you know, it's like I wouldn't want my child to live like that. So it's like, if we can raise money, to give to that foundation, so that someone else's kids can have the opportunity to, it's like, yeah, no, that's why we do it, and it matters, and every dollar goes such a long way, so that those kids can have the best life that they can have.
Amazingly, I mean, you'd be amazed, how far $20 or $50 goes down there. It's amazing.
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, $50 is like it gets you a lot down there. It may not get you a lot around here anymore, but it still gets you a good amount down there, especially where they live. So yeah, I mean it's crazy, and I know how things are in the world right now, and I know times are a little tougher than they've been. So I appreciate people donating the money and being selfless to this cause, because without that, I mean we wouldn't do anything. So thank you to everybody out there. We all really appreciate it, especially all the kids, their families, the Fuentes, the Newmans, all of the old cigar family people. I run into a lot of the old cigar family. There's a few of them in here tonight, and I've met some of like the old school like CF people from back in the day, and I've been fortunate to get to know Dallas and Tony Kittengill, and some of these people that have been around a long time. They've been involved in CFCF more than I ever have. I mean, I've visited and I've done this, but like they go down there all the time, and they're with the kids all the time. And there's some awesome people. They're great people. And hear some of the stories from back in the day, and just kind of like how things started and where they've gone. It's like, holy shit. This is so special that cigar people can do this, and it also just reminds you of just like how awesome the cigar community is. I mean, it really is a very special industry, and there's nothing like it, which is also why we always stress like legislative stuff, like go sign up for the Cigar Rights of America and PCA, sign all those like petitions, do it, because this really cool community you love to be a part of, can be taken away. And just ask Mitchell, who lives in Canada. Just go ask anyone who lives in some other countries in Europe. It sucks to be a cigar fan in those countries. It sucks. And so, again, we're fortunate enough to have this industry and be able to do stuff like this. So that's why we always stress it. So.
Oh, 100%. Because I mean, you definitely have to fight the legislation, because if you can't buy the cigars, then obviously the companies can't do what they do to help support these kids or anybody else in these countries, for that matter. Because a lot of these kids' families rely on the cigar industry to make ends meet. So.
And there's another CFCF person, right? This is JJ. JJ's been a close friend of the families for a long time. In fact, I think JJ was around like day one of CFCF. Great guy. So, thanks for being here tonight, JJ. It's good to see you. Or hear from you, I should say. We had him on the show a few years ago with Cynthia, and he told some stories from back in the day. So, thanks for being here tonight, JJ. It's good to see you. Yeah, it's awesome, and like I said, we love doing it, and we appreciate all the love and support from everyone, especially all of you. Let's take a quick break, and we'll get to our news. We have to do our news segment for the night, and we'll kind of come back and we'll wrap up. So our news is once again brought to you by Micallef Cigars, featuring the Micallef Black, rated 91 by that guy on SmokinTabacco.com. And now featuring the new Micallef Blue. Yet to be reviewed. Although
Yeah,
it's
you
in
have to be removed by me.
it's in the queue. It's in the queue.
It is in the queue.
Sorry, I got sidetracked here. The news has been. I mean, look. One thing I want to say, we're gonna do Spare Notes this weekend too. So Kevin, Coop, and I will all be back together Saturday night, 9 p.m. Eastern. Make sure you tune in for another awesome episode of the Spare Notes series. We're gonna talk about a couple of different things on Saturday night. But I'll tell you, man, as a whole, it's been a quiet couple of months. I mean,
It has been.
I mean, we had the trade show, and then, which is a event in itself. And then after that, I mean, other than stuff shipping from the trade show, I mean, there hasn't been a lot of product announcements. There hasn't been a lot of. There's been some staff changes, and Dylan Austin is no longer with Davidoff, and.
I mean, Scott Pierce going to CRA was kind of big news.
He went to CAA.
I'm sorry, CAA. My apologies, but that was.
I wish he would go to the CRA. I wish he would go to the CRA. He'd really get some stuff going. I'm gonna read a couple of headlines here. You can find all of this at SmokinTabacco.com. You can read all the stories, all the press releases, find out about all these products. A lot of the stuff has just been shipping from the trade show. For example, CLE announced today all their PCA exclusives for the CLE, Aroa, and Asylum. All three of those have shipped to the retailers. So if you saw any of our PCA coverage, they had to design these awesome big glass cases, mostly for the retailers. But I think if you want to buy it from the retailer, you probably can. But they're these giant humidors, glass faced. They're all custom for each. The CLE is blue, the Euro is red, the Asylum's black. They look awesome, and they're full of cigars. They're all PCA exclusive stuff. Those have all shipped out. Another one that's not really PCA related, but was announced and will begin shipping soon, is one that was popular last year that I know Kevin, you and I and Coop and a lot of the media people, we I don't think we were shocked that it was. I mean, this is a brand and a factory that's been doing some great things lately. But I mean, I think we were impressed by just how fast it sold out, and that was the EP Carrillo Pledge of Allegiance.
Yes.
Which I think Coop got a box, but he barely got the box. They were almost he was lucky he even found the one he got. It was and he was just we were talking about.
Yeah, I was lucky to stumble I actually stumbled on my box at a B&M in Colorado.
Yeah, you got a box too. That's right.
Yeah.
I never got a box. I think I got one or two, but I never got a box. You guys got boxes, but you were lucky you found them.
Yeah, I would definitely pay more attention this year when they land, because they sold out. I mean, that box sold out in hours.
Yeah.
Nationwide.
They were a hit.
It's landed, gone, like that. Don't blink.
Yeah, they were a hit last year. So what I will tell you,
good freaking cigar too.
Yeah, don't sleep on those. I mean, they were,
No.
In terms of stuff that came out last year. It didn't make the list just because, we didn't get it reviewed and not everyone smoked it, and it's just we couldn't get more at the end. There was a lot of reasons. We couldn't properly, test it into the list, but. If we did an honorable mentions, it would have been at the top. I mean, it was...
Oh, 100%. That was a really, really good cigar.
Yeah. So, I mean, definitely don't sleep on those. Those are great cigars. Those have announced a second run. Once again, they're only going to make 1,776 boxes. It represents 1776. I'll let you do the math on that. And... I mean, if you're an American, you should know your history. That's what Bear would tell you. And but yeah, no, those had no 10-count box, 6x54 box press, combination of USA, Nicaraguan, Dominican Republic filler, Ecuadorian, Connecticut binder, and a U.S. Connecticut broadleaf wrapper. Yeah, that's a great fucking blend. Yeah, don't sleep on them. So check those out. Those are going to be heading out soon. Ask your local B&M for it. If they get it, they probably already have people asking. So make sure you speak up right away because they're probably only going to get 1 or 2 boxes. So or
Weren't they
whatever it is.
limited on the retailers that they sent those to?
I think they were. So yeah, like so speak up. You know, if you're interested in that, make sure you message them or call them right away because they'll probably go very fast. Drew Estate announced the return of the Liga Privada Unico Year of the Rat spring release. So there's a spring release for Year of the Rat, which is always good to see. I know the Year of the Rat's like one of the more popular Unico series releases that Liga Drew Estate has with Liga Privada. So no surprise there. Some other stuff. JC Newman is shipping their first 2024 release of the Yagua. So there will be another one probably in the fall. If you know about the Yagua, you know it's kind of unique. Wet press, bundled in the palm leaf. They're great cigars. I have a box.
Very flavorful cigar.
I almost stumbled on that one there, Kevin. Jesus.
I did almost stumble on that.
I've
had a little bit of bourbon. I've had a little bit of bourbon and no food, so I have 2 words to say about the Yagua, though. I have 2 words to say about the Yagua, though. Peanut brittle.
Yeah. I'm with you on that one. I have a box. I have like half a box from like 2 or 3 years ago that like I just haven't quite finished yet. They just keep aging.
Yeah, I have.
Every once in a while, I'm like, oh, I'll have one. And they're fucking
I think I have 5 of the original ones left, and those are such a fucking good cigar.
Yeah. I don't think this box is the original release. I think it's like the year after the original release. Like, it was like the second. It was like the second release. But I know I've had it for years, and
there's no 2 alike.
There's a good amount still left. At least half the box is left. I think I'm looking. It's right there at the front of that cabinet. Every once in a while, I'll grab one. I'll be like, "Shit, these are good." And they just keep aging. So they just keep getting better. They're awesome.
It's really cool to open that box. Like when you open the palm leaf, and take them out. It's like all the cigars. The length is the same, but the shape of the cigar, every single one of them is different. Just because of the way they're pressed.
Yeah, the other thing too is that box is not like fully like enclosed, so
right.
It's kind of like the old like the wooden milk crates, like just like the slats. It's kind of like that. So like the box is like open to a degree, so they actually breathe very well, which is nice too. Like they actually get to breathe in the humidor. They're not just like trapped in the box. So they really breathe well. So they age well. In my opinion, having a box that's sitting in a humidor for years and smoking them every once in a while, they perform very well. So just another like to JC Newman, there's like brilliant on the box because I mean at least for me it's like enhanced them, and they're nice.
I think the fact they're wet pressed too, it makes them conducive to they age well.
Yeah, no, that's true too.
Yeah. They age exceptionally well.
I mean, every little detail, affects, a cigar. So when you look at something like that, that's so unique, it has very specific defining qualities. Yeah, it's no surprise. But anyway, that's our news for the week. So I gonna go back to here, and unless anyone has any questions, I think that might do it for tonight. Of course, if anyone has any questions about the raffle, the fundraiser, please let us know. We'll try to answer them for you. I think it's pretty straightforward at this point. We have just under 2 weeks to go. So it'll be 2 weeks from tonight. Yeah, 2 weeks from tonight. And is it June 12th? I want to say it was. Is that what it said? I think it's June 12th. So.
I do have one little tidbit of importance to bring up.
Oh, it's your anniversary. Is it because
for myself personally?
Is it your anniversary tomorrow?
Tomorrow, yeah.
Yeah, don't forget about that, Kevin.
Oh no, we've got it.
Happy anniversary! Happy anniversary!
Barb already gave me my anniversary gift, but hers is still hidden stash in my office, which she actually didn't see when she came and picked me up at the office today. So
was her gift better than yours?
Yes.
Yeah. The women always have the better presents. I don't know what it is. They're just better at it. They think about it, but I don't know. Just women are always better.
I mean, she'll argue when she sees her gift that mine might be better, but hers was definitely something that I've been kind of like eyeballing.
Well, it's
We'll
just
just make it simple. She got me a really cool shot glass display to put on the wall.
oh, okay.
So
Do you have a lot of
very
shot
cool.
glasses like that you
I
have?
do have a lot of.
Okay.
I probably have more shot glasses than I do bottles of bourbon. So because
Well,
everywhere I travel, I
I've
get a
been to
shot
your
glass.
house several times. I know how many bottles you have, so that tells me everything I fucking need to know.
Every time, every place I travel, I get a shot glass, and I mean, I have some countries that I'll probably never be back to again. But so it's definitely cool.
You probably have shot glasses that are older than me. I mean,
I don't know about that. I probably have some bottles of bourbon that are older than you.
yeah. I mean, because you would have been when I was born. You would have been like 20.
What year were you born?
93.
Yeah, so I was
You're in your
24.
20s. Yeah, you're
I was
24.
24.
Yeah. So I mean, you were moving around, before I was born. So I don't know. It's possible.
And I've been blessed to be able to travel a lot.
Yeah.
I've been to quite a few countries around the globe. So
Yeah, you are a world traveler. So
I like to travel. What can I say?
that's not a bad thing. If I had the money and the time, I'd be traveling all over the world all
And
the time.
I've been blessed to be able to do it. So that's all I can say.
Yeah. No, good for you. Jim's here. Yeah, Jim gonna go get a CAT scan. Yeah, I do. Jim, I don't know what's going on with Jim, but he had mentioned he was in the hospital. So, I hope whatever's going on with him, I hope he's all right. He's a great dude, and also part of the fundraiser. Smoking Cat, the cigar rest. That's him.
Jim, here's the good health, buddy.
Yeah, buddy. I got a can of Pepsi, but hey, I'm thinking of you. Thanks for being a part of the fundraiser every year. He's been with us since year one. And I hope he's all right. Like I said, he mentioned he was in the hospital, and I see this now, and I hope he's all right. It's a little worrying, but we salute you. Well, guys, thanks for being here with us tonight. Appreciate it. Anyone has any questions? Again, feel free to message us, email, message, whatever.
Guys, please go donate to the fundraiser.
Yeah.
Please. I mean, even if you don't win anything, it's about the kids.
You'll change somebody's life.
100%. I mean, whatever you can give, it doesn't matter. These kids are going to be blessed by whatever you can share.
Absolutely. And Kevin said it best, and we appreciate everyone who's been involved. So that's going to do it. That's going to do it for this week. Just a quick update on the fundraiser. Like I said, this was supposed to be the celebration show, so no one was booked to be on. We didn't have like a thing planned, so we decided, hey, this will just be an update show and kind of make sure everyone knows about it. So thank you to everyone who hung out with us tonight. I wish you all good health. I wish you the best. Thank you for being here with us tonight. Don't forget to visit SmokinTabacco.com for more news, reviews, and updates from the cigar industry. Don't forget to subscribe on all of our platforms, such as Facebook, YouTube, everywhere you get your podcast from on the audio channels. And we'll see you on Saturday night with William Cooper for the Spare Notes series. Take care.